Hey, this is Krust. Basically, Rebel Instinct is just somewhere for me to put out all my projects, really. Something where I can, whether it's a music project, whether it's a clothing project, a book project, whatever I'm doing, I wanted to have something that I didn't have to go to anyone for. I could just do it myself. And so I'm just finding people with like-minded artists, people who are doing different things, unique things, and just trying to build a camp of people that want to do creative projects, really. It was over a period of time, so it was like a trial and error thing. I was trying to feel out how it was going to be, what it was going to do, and it kind of just grew organically. So as we progress, it'll change. I'm trying to build a sort of flexible company that doesn't really have the old school model or old school shape of what a company is supposed to be. It's more about, let's just do something. Let's see how it grows. Let's see where it goes. If you've got something interesting, let's do that. You've got something interesting, let's do that. Let's see where it goes. Let's try and just grow and do anything and not really have a shape or form, so we can have any shape or form.
Yeah, my name's Squarewave. I run a label called New World Audio. It's putting out sort of 140 beats at the moment, but I've got a couple of jungle remixes on the way. It's still influenced by that Bristol sound a lot. What Krust and Die on these sides, what they're all known for. Just quite bass heavy, rolling. That's how I would describe it, yeah. I've been sending tunes to Krust for about nearly 10 years now. Like him and Die, when they were part of Full Cycle, started off making drum and bass. I was a big Full Cycle fan, and yeah, they were just real cool to me, man. Used to give me little bits of feedback, telling me what to change about my tunes. And ever since then, just stayed in touch with him.
I'm Benjamin One. I'm here in London tonight. We're playing at the Nest in Dalston. It's part of the Rebel Instinct. I don't really know what to tell you to expect from the set, really. I guess everything I do is kind of hip-hop orientated, but obviously being English and now I'm influenced by loads of different things, so hopefully I'll be able to give you a bit of that in the set. I've been a fan of Krust since I was first doing music, and I see he was doing a remix competition online, and got the parts, done the tune. He hit me up after that and was just like, yeah, maybe we should do something. So we've started doing this, and hopefully going to be able to do more things through Rebel Instinct. Just like, it's not going to be a straight up record label, it's going to be more of just a creative collective, and we'll get to bring in some different elements. Like obviously my stuff predominantly I kind of perform live and just do things from MIDI controllers and all that kind of thing on stage. It's a different era. It's like it's hip hop, but we're doing something else now. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's developed different skills, so hopefully bringing it up to date. It's different because it's a blank slate. We're in a totally new era of releasing music. Do you know what I mean? The digital era. It's a weird time in a minute, man. Krust said it himself. He said it's like the Wild West, really. Do you know what I mean? There's all these uncharted things that haven't been done before, and hopefully, just get stuck in and just get to it and just see what happens, really. I don't think there's been a better era, really. I remember making records and going to distributors and doing all of that, and it was just long compared to what you can do now. It's much better, do you know what I mean? As long as you're willing to actually actively get up and get on your feet and do it, much better time, much better.
The people I work with, I like to hang out with. I like to get social with. For me, it's about sitting down and talking and politic. Before we worked, that's what we did. We got on the phone and we talked. But I want to know that we're on the same wavelength. I want to know that we're going in the same direction. I want to know that there's some longevity there. I want to know that, we can actually sit down and exchange some kind of ideas together. I don't want the people to come and work with me and think that I'm the one dictating. It's like, no. I'm going to learn as much from you as you are from me. Do you know what I mean? I've got a vast history, knowledge about music and entertainment, and that's what I can bring to it. But what I'm also aware of, there's people out there doing things. When I met you, stuff that you were doing, I was like, wow, I never seen it done like that before. So I'm fascinated as well, and so I'm looking at something that where we can meet in the middle, we can exchange ideas, and so everyone I meet is very interested on that level. You've got your own sound, which is very unique. I really like that. Mark Day, he's got his own sound, this is very, very unique. He came through Nick Suits, so he's one of Nick's boys, he's got history with him. Need for Mirrors. I've known Moses now for nearly 15 years, 18 years, from when I first was going to Australia and New Zealand. So when he came over, it was like just a natural thing. We started talking and hanging out, you know. And Dan Miracle's the same as well. He's got an EP for us, you know, technical guy, technical genius. Bring his talents to the camp as well. To me now, the whole thing is just melted. There is no division between music, film, art, clothes, fashion, film, whatever it is. It's like, to me, it's like, what are you about? You know what I mean? I like that. Do you want to work? Do you want to hang out? Do you want to do something? I want to learn more.
Yeah.
I want to learn. You know, I want to learn Ableton. I want to learn Logic. You know, I want to learn more about music and the technology and the techniques and musicianship as well. And for that, you know, I need to be around people who know more than me. And so it's good to be able to work with someone and to just soak up this knowledge. You know what I mean? And to get that rapport as well going, where you're bouncing ideas off people. You know, seeing how other people work and, you know, seeing what you can do. And I like Ableton. I've been messing around with Ableton for a while now, and I think it's a great tool. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a great piece of equipment that just sends you off in a crazy direction, and I like the depth of it as well. The technology really has changed a lot, and you know, I've gone through the whole thing of making. You know, using the sampler, then going to the digital thing, then going back to the sampler, then, you know, I'm at a stage now where I'm back to the sampler, and you know, and we're using Pro Tools, but the process really is changed radically in the sense that I'm not trying to like make tracks anymore. Like, you know, I'm really trying to make phrases. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it could be a minute, it could be 2 minutes, it could be 4 or 5 minutes. But I'm not really trying to make a song like a typical beginning, middle and end. It's just trying to capture energy, and then once it's down, then I'm going to chop it around and move it around. I'm trying to use my sounds like it's a library. What we got into the habit of doing is sampling back loops from the track. So you make a tune and then you sample back the break. You sample the bass with loads of EQs on it, and so that's progressed over the years. So now I've got about 6 sets of hard drives with all of my libraries in them, which I go to when I'm making a track. So everything's kind of got my sound to it. And so I go from one sampler to another, into Pro Tools, different sets of EQs, back out into a sampler, and it's just colored this sound. And so I have this unique kind of Krust, you know, sound. I got bored of just trying to make a tune that started and went there and went there. It's like, you know, I started to watch films and get ideas from films, how people structure movies and what happens in a film. You know, you watch like Pulp Fiction, it's like, that's not your standard beginning, middle and end. You know what I mean? You don't know where you are in the film. You watch Memento, it's like the film's backward. Irreversible, the film's backward. And so I started to think about music and how we've become, you know, really arrangement conscious, and so you listen to 10 tunes, they do exactly the same thing. I mean, I don't follow those patterns, but I had my own pattern. I had my own way of working on it that I needed to get away from. And so I did this project for standard music, and that allowed me to really take a step back from my normal way of working, and it just allowed me to do something totally different, totally unique, something that I wouldn't necessarily do before. Then I did a Loop Master CD, and I just carried on that same idea, and I took like 3 months to sit down and just make loads of sounds again, make loads of beat spaces and stuff. There was no pressure for me to finish a tune or to make any tunes, but in the process, lots of stuff came out, lots of ideas. And so yeah, the whole process now is totally flipped. It's like a 360 thing right now. So totally doing stuff in a different way. I'm enjoying it again, and you know, it's fun. Where we are right now is something really exciting. You know, humans, it's human nature, you know, to want to be in the group, right? But this is the paradox for, you know, the artist. To do something new, you've got to separate yourself from the pack. And so you're in this place where you're trying to create something new, and you feel like you're way over there at you know, by yourself, but you realize there's a couple of people doing the same thing, trying to break out the mold, trying to do something new, trying to hatch a new idea, you know, and that in itself takes a little bit of courage, confidence, you know, and a little bit of, you know, I don't give a fuck type of attitude, because eventually you'll either get bored enough that you'll change, Or, do you know what I mean? You'll get so inspired by what those few people on the fringes are doing that you want to do something as creative as that as well. You've got this new surgence of young people now who don't have the same markers of us historically, but technologically they're far more aware of what's happening. So you've got loads of people now with vast experience mixing with these kids with the technical ability, and we're seeing something new and exciting. And the audience is being able to reflect that as well now. The next one's the Bristol, back to the hometown, the 23rd of September. And apart from that, we're doing some books as well. We've got a photo journal coming out. It's like a photo history of the last 10 years, well, the last 20 years really. And then we'll look for some other type of events. I think it's just good to start this whole project off with these type of events, but I want to do something a little bit different for the next ones. So I mean, Bristol's healthy right now. There's some interesting stuff going on there now in Stokescroft. Some interesting projects. So I'll see what happens when we get down there. I mean, there's loads of things we could talk about. There's a new album that's coming. So the new album's going to be ready-ish next year. Like I said, there's probably about 10 to 15 tracks. Varying. I'm not quite sure where it's going to end up. It's still in that metamorphosis state, and it's just, for me, it's just about putting together something. I'm interested in trying to push forward. I'm interested in trying to just do something I haven't done before, and so I'm trying to represent that with the new label and with this new album.